Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today Christmas came early. Come check this out. Wait, I can't show you it until you subscribe, so press that subscribe button down below. We done it? Sound, come on, let's go. And here it is, my early Christmas present. From me to me. That's how Christmas works, isn't it? But this has come all the way from Poland. I ordered this, I think it was a month ago, can't remember. I mean, I'd expect it to be a while considering it's coming from that end of the world to the UK, but here we are. As you can expect, it's car parts. I mean, I wouldn't show it if it was anything else, but we'll get it open. I haven't opened this yet. I know that side's just fell, but that's only because I took the staples out. We'll get it open and I'll show you what it is. And I think it's gonna look amazing on the GTO. You ready? So those of you who know these cars will probably have already figured out what this is. I mean, what it is as a whole isn't that hard to figure out. But those who don't know, you're in for a treat, because this is a replica of a very famous part on the last model year of the Mitsubishi GTO and the Mitsubishi 3000 GTs. So let me show you around it. So here it is. I mean, it looks very rough, I do get that, but that doesn't worry me much because all of this here we are going to fix. We're not going to keep it white for the obvious reasons because the car isn't white. But this is a fiberglass replica of the Mitsubishi Combat Wing. So the original Combat Wings came on the 1999 Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4, which was the four-wheel drive, four-wheel steer, twin turbo, 6-speed manual I think it was at that point, because it was the last run of the Mitsubishi GTOs. The original Combat Wing was aluminium. And trying to find them now is like trying to find hen's teeth. They just don't exist. You can't get them anywhere. And even if you do, I found one. And if I was to buy that, I would have paid more for that wing than I did for the whole car, which doesn't make sense. So I thought, why not have a look around? I found this fiberglass replica. We'll get it together. We'll see how good it looks. I'm expecting to have to change and fix a few things. But it's fiberglass, you do get that sometimes. So we'll get this together roughly so you can see the full shape of the wing. And we'll test fit it to the car to see how it would look on the back, because the mounting points for this wing don't match up with the stock wing. So this is the stock wing that I had on my car when I first got it. This one here. It's all right, I don't mind it, but I'm not the biggest fan, I don't like it much. And this is the Combat Wing. So this is the Combat Wing on the last gen GTOs, and I think it just looks so much better. It suits the car, it suits the style, and it's what you'd expect to see on a twin turbo V6 manual Japanese sports car of the 90s. So I thought, I can't not. And if I was to change the wing, it'd only make sense to change it to what was close to another stock wing. So I'll put these back on the stand, we'll try and get this together. Don't know how well it's going to fit together, but we'll give it a good go. So let's get to it. So with this, I'm going to have to be very careful, because with it being fiberglass, if I over tighten the bolts, it will crack and it'll fall off basically. But the quality is not amazing. Most of it I can fix, I'm not that bothered. But because of that, you're going to have to be careful, because the last thing I'd want to do is ruin what I've spent a fair bit of money on and waited a while for. So let's try and get these bolts in the side. Yeah. Like this, for example. That's the center hole of the bolt. It's not very central if you'd ask me, but I suppose it is a replica, what you'd expect. quite difficult with one hand. There's one in, well, kind of in. Then the next one, and the holes don't line up. Fantastic. So that's the bolt I've already kind of got in. That's the bolt I need to get in, and that is the alignment for the hole. Don't know if you can see it, but it's not fantastic. So yeah, the issue I've got here is I need to open the hole up now, but if I open it up too much, you see on this side, it might make it worse. So I'll evaluate and get back to you. Right guys, I'll be honest with you, I'm not overly impressed with the quality of this wing. The fitment's actually quite bad. Like, I knew it was going to be bad, but this is horrendous in some parts. So I'll show you it now. Two of the bolts I can't get in, so I'm going to have to either file a hole out or re-drill completely in some case. But I suppose I can fix it. Shouldn't have to because it's brand new, but I can fix it. But we look at the bright side of things. I've got a wing that looks like a combat wing, even though it's not. I've got enough stuff around me to fix it, so I can alter what I need to. I can get the fitment just right, and then when I paint it, and I can fill it and all that. It's a lot more work than I expected to do, but I suppose it's more content for the channel. And yeah, let's get to the fitment and how poor it is. Here's the wing. That's what it looks like, kind of bolted together. I mean, two of the bolts are not in, but we'll get onto that. So that's the gap on one side. And again, I know the bolt's not in, but that's not great. It's not even good. That's one side. This side actually fits a lot better. So you see the groove on this side of the wing. Again, miles away, so I'll have to fill that. But at least it fits into the groove. So at least that side's not that bad. But due to the fact that it's fiberglass and it's quite flimsy, it flexes a fair bit when you stand it up. And the cracking noises it makes worry me. But that's the top. So that's the wing as a whole. These are caps for the ends when you get the bolts in. And I'm thinking, but let me know in the comments, right down below, I'm thinking I might do the blade black and the edges body colour, or I might do the whole thing body colour, or, and some people hate this, some people like this, I might wrap the blade in carbon after spraying it black, so underneath's black, the top looks carbon, and have the sides in body colour. Let me know what you think down below. So I'll take the wing apart again, we'll drag the GTO in and we'll test fit the wing to the car to see how it looks. Tell you what, that's a heavy car to move on your own. So what I've gone and done off camera is, on the base of the wing, I've put some masking tape to stop the wing from potentially damaging the paint or scratching it or causing gouges. So I've taped it up, and it also helps because I can mark the holes out and use it as like a little stencil. So this corner here, same on the opposite side, this actually lines up with one of the original spoiler holes, which is the very bottom one there, and on the other side. So we can use that as a guide to mount these with them one bolts, and then we'll have to drill the other three out, but we'll do that when the wing's actually being fitted properly, fixed and sanded and all that, because there's no point drilling it in case it doesn't fit when I'm done. So I'll show you the two holes now. We'll get these bolted to the car, and then we can bolt the blade across the middle, and you can see what the wing looks like on the car. Obviously it'll look a bit crap because the state of it, but you'll get an idea of what it'll look like when it's finished. So we'll get straight into that, and I'm quite excited to see what it looks like. So here's the two holes we're going to use. So there's that one there, that is another hole off the original wing, and there was one further up which I've welded together and sanded through before I painted it. It's because I thought I could use these two, because on the stock one I'm pretty sure if you get an OEM you can, but with this being a replica that hole doesn't line up, so I'll have to plug that or fill that or just seal it so we don't get water into the boot. But the good thing is, if you lift the boot, you can see it sits on the runoff trough for the water. You sit there, so if it did leak through, it wouldn't go into the boot. But I still want to seal it, just to prevent it possibly happening. Same on the opposite side. Use that hole, and we'll fill that. So we'll get the sides, we'll bolt them up, and we'll put it together. So now that both the sides are on, we'll get the blade, put it straight across. Again, like I said previously, we can only get one bolt in, so that should be enough to hold it up. Get that in, and then I'll show you from the front what it looks like, from the back what it looks like, and I'll try and do some cinematics so you can see how cool it's going to look. And here it is, combat wing. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be when it was on the car. But I think it's got a lovely shape to it, and I think it looks really nice. Suits the car well. And I'll show you just from the front. So that's how it sits on the back. You can see it just comes out enough on the sides. It's not too much, but there's a bit of an overhang from the boot, which is another reason why I wanted this wing as opposed to any others, because it just looks so sleek on the car. This one probably doesn't because of the fitment issues, but we'll sort that. That's not a worry. So now that it's on, you can get a better idea of the gaps. I know it's not bolted down, but this here, for example, I can nearly get my finger under it. So that's going to need sorting out. How I'm going to do that yet, I don't know. Same on the sides there. Again, I know it's not bolted up, but even when you hold it tight, if I can get it, it doesn't line up. It's not right. We can fix it though. I'm not that worried about that. These sides here, they have the caps which are taped there. Them caps do not fit in them gaps, as you could expect, because based on the rest of the wing. So they're going to need to be sanded down, and I'm going to have to stick them on with a good adhesive, but one I can remove should I need to take this off. Or I might even try and use a very strong Velcro, but they need to go on because that looks ugly, but they don't pop in the way they should, so that'll need to be sorted as well. And again, on this side, it's not that bad on this side, it's more on the inside, but there is still a bit of a gap. But I'm thinking when I've done it, I'll seal around the edges anyway to stop any water ingress. But fitment issues aside, I actually really like the wing. I think it suits the car perfectly. And if you come to the front, you can just see it peeking out the top. And then from the side as well. I think it just looks mean. That's what you'd expect to see on this type of car. So guys, in typical UK fashion, it has started raining, so I've had to drag the car into the unit, which doesn't leave me with a lot of space to do much else with the wing. But at least you know what's going on in the car. So what I'll do is I'll do an update video in the future, and we'll sand it down, we'll fill it, we'll do a bit of bodywork on it, and then we'll paint it, and we'll bolt it up to the car properly. You can come along with me with that. You can see how I'll fix it, whether it's the right way or not. As long as it works, it works. If it stays there and it doesn't fly off when I'm on the motorway, I'm quite happy. But, oh yeah, while we're in here, I'll try and show you the sunroof from the inside. So there's two little twisty tabs here, which helps to keep this lining up. That just pops out. The glass is dirty because the unit's a bit dusty, but there she sits. Lovely stuff. And then get your hand up on the winder, and then you just see it just peaks. It's not much, but it'll definitely be enough to cool the car down in the summer. And again, that tab there and that tab there, you press them in, you take the glass off, and then it's just a big open top. So when you're driving down the road, you can stick your hand out and wave at people, because this is going to be a head turner of a car, and I can't wait to get it going. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, get your mates involved, turn on that bell notification so you get updates when I post, and I'll see you in the next one.
Afraid to turn out the lights.